This is WYAR 88.3 FM, the voice of the Heritage Radio Society. WYAR is an independent, non-commercial, educational radio station with programming that encompasses all the best music from primarily the first 60 years of the 20th century. I'm Kent, and you're listening to Theme Street, a show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today is cities.
Today's special is Memphis Soul Stew. We sell so much of this, people wonder what we put in it. We're gonna tell you right now. Give me about a half a teacup of bass. Now I need a pound of fatback drums. Now give me 4 tablespoons of ballin' Memphis guitars. This gonna taste all right. Now just a little pinch of organ. Now give me a half a pint of horn. Bring to a boil. That's it right there. Now beat well.
That was King Curtis, Memphis Soul Stew from his 1967 album King Size Soul. That saxophone you heard, that was Curtis. He also played sax on Aretha Franklin's Respect and the Coasters' Yakety Yak and Charlie Brown. Buddy Holly hired him for session work, during which they recorded Reminiscing. Holly actually wrote the song, but gave Curtis the songwriting credit for flying down for the session. You're listening to WYAR 88.3 FM. This is Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today, cities.
Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I may go wrong and lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car. In a week, maybe 2, they'll make you a star. Weeks turn into years, how quick they pass. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. You can really Jose. They've got a lot of space. There'll be a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. Fame and fortune is a magnet. It can pull you far away from home. With a dream in your heart, you're never alone. Dreams turn into dust and blow away. And there you are, without a friend. You pack your car and ride away. I've got lots of friends in San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. I've got lots of friends in San Jose. Oh, do you know the way to San Jose? Can't wait to get back to San Jose.
I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. I grew up in a house in Saginaw Bay. My dad was a poor, hard-working Saginaw fisherman. Too many times he came home with too little pay. I loved a girl in Saginaw, Michigan. The daughter of a wealthy man. But he called me that son of a Saginaw fisherman, and not good enough to claim his daughter's hand. Now I'm up here in Alaska, looking around for gold. Like a crazy fool, I'm a-digging in this frozen ground so cold. But with each new day, I pray I'll strike it rich, and then I'll go back home and claim my love in Saginaw, Michigan. I wrote my love in Saginaw, Michigan. I said, honey, I'm a-coming home, please wait for me. And you can tell your dad I'm coming back a richer man. I hit the biggest rack in Klondike history. Her dad met me in Saginaw, Michigan. He gave me a great big party with champagne. Then he said, son, you're a wise, young, ambitious man. Will you sell your father-in-law your Klondike claim? Now he's up there in Alaska, digging in the cold, cold ground. The greedy fool is looking for the gold I never found. It serves him right, and no one here is missing him, least of all the newlyweds of Saginaw, Michigan. We're the happiest man and wife in Saginaw, Michigan. He's ashamed to show his face in in Saginaw, Michigan.
Do you hear that whistle down the line? I figure that it's engine number 49. She's the only one that'll sound that way on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
All aboard, she's on her way.
See the old smoke rising round the bend. I reckon that she knows she's gonna meet a friend. Folks around these parts get the time of day from the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Here she comes. Hey, Jim, you better get the rig. She's got a list of passengers that's mighty big,
And they'll all want lifts to Brown's Hotel, 'cause lots of them been traveling for quite a spell, all the way from Philadelphia on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Oh, Judy,
yes?
will you take a second chorus?
Okay, boys, that I'll do.
Oh, Judy, if we find the right spot, can we come in with you?
Why, sure.
Thanks a lot.
Back in Ohio, where I come from, I've done a lot of dreaming and I've traveled some, but I never thought I'd see the day when I ever took a ride on the Santa Fe.
She never thought she'd see the day she'd ride the Santa Fe.
I would lean across my windowsill and hear the whistle echoing across the hill. Then I'd watch the lights till they fade away on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
The Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
What a thrill with the wheels singing westward haul. From the day I heard them start, across the Kansas plains through New Mexico. I guess I've got a little gypsy in my heart. When I'm old and gray and settled down, if I ever get a chance to sneak away from town, then I'll spend my busman's holiday on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Ooh.
That was On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe, a song from the movie The Harvey Girls featuring Judy Garland and the Merrimacs. The Harvey Girls is a 1946 musical produced by MGM based on the novel of the same name. The Harvey Girls won an Academy Award for Best Original Song for the one that we just heard, On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Before that, we heard Lefty Frizzell with Saginaw, Michigan from 1964. The song was written by Bill Anderson and Don Wayne, and the single was Lefty Frizzell's sixth and final #1 song on the U.S. country charts and earned him a Grammy nomination. Between 1950 and 52, Frizzell registered 13 top 10 country hits. He influenced a number of other country singers, including George Jones, Willie Nelson, Roy Orbison, the Everly Brothers, and many more. Diane Warwick started off our set with Do You Know the Way to San Jose from her album Diane Warwick in the Valley of the Dolls from 1968. The song was Warwick's biggest international hit to that point, selling several million copies worldwide and winning Warwick her first Grammy Award. It became Warwick's third consecutive top 10 song in the closing months of 67 and into 68, punctuating the most successful period of Warwick's recording career. The album was produced and the song was written by Burt Bacharach, a 6-time Grammy Award winner and 3-time Academy Award winner. Bacharach's songs have been recorded by more than 1,000 different artists. This is WYAR 88.3 FM, You're listening to Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today, cities.
I got a gal
In Kalamazoo.
don't wanna boast, but I know she's the toast
Of Kalamazoo, zoo, 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 zoo.
Years have gone by.
My, how she grew.
I liked her looks when I carried her books
In Kalamazoo, zoo, 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 zoo.
I'm gonna send a wire, hopping on a flyer.
Leaving today.
Am I dreaming? I can hear her screaming.
Hiya, Mr. Jackson, everything's okay. A-L-A-M-A-C-O.
Oh, what a gal!
A real pimperoo.
I'll make my bid for that freckle-faced kid I'm hurrying to.
I'm going to Michigan to see the sweetest girl
In Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo.
K.
K.
A.
A-L-A-M-A-Z-O-O-O.
What a gal,
A real pipperoo. We're going to Michigan to see the sweetest gal in Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo.
Detroit's a cold, cold place, and I ain't got a dime to my name. Detroit's a cold, hard place, and I ain't got a dime to my name. I would go to the poorhouse, but Lord, you know I'm ashamed. I've been walking Hastings Street, nobody seemed to treat me right. I've been walking Hastings Street, nobody seemed to treat me right. I can make it in the daytime, but Lord, these cold, cold nights. Well, I'm tired of eating chili, and I can't eat beans no more. Yes, I'm tired of eating chili, and I can't eat beans no more. People hurt my feelings, Lord, from door to door. I got to leave Detroit if I have to flag number 94. I'm gonna leave Detroit if I have to flag number 94. And if I ever get back home, I ain't never coming to Detroit no more.
That was Victoria Spivey, Detroit Moan, from a compilation album released in 1995 called Victoria Spivey Volume 4, 1936 to 37. During a recording career that spanned 40 years, from 1926 to the mid-60s, she's worked with Louis Armstrong, King Oliver, Lonnie Johnson, and many others. Glenn Miller and his orchestra with Tex Beneke and Marion Hunt gave us I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo. Among the band's all-time bestsellers, Kalamazoo was one of the 3 classic Miller tunes featured in the 1942 film Orchestra Wives. Tex Beneke's career is a history of associations with Glenn Miller and former musicians and singers who've worked with Miller. After Miller went missing in December 1944, when his airplane disappeared while flying from England to France, the Miller estate authorized an official Glenn Miller Ghost Band in 1946. The band was led by Tex Beneke, who, as time went on, had more prominence in the band's identity. Marion Hutton was discovered by Glenn Miller and invited to join the orchestra in 1938 when she was only 17. Lonnie Mack started us off with his song Nashville. Mac emerged in 1963 with his debut LP, The Wham of That Memphis Man. The Wham of That Memphis Man has been called the first of the Guitar Hero records. Mac's edgy, aggressive, loud, and fast style is credited with a key role in the electric guitar's rise to the top of soloing instruments in rock, and influenced just about every guitar player to follow him, including Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Neil Young, Keith Richards. The list goes on. This is WYAR 88.3 FM, and you're listening to Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today, cities.
This time I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm gonna need to parachute when I get through walking these blues. When I get back to New Orleans, I've got my suitcase in my hand. Now ain't that a shame? I'm leaving here today. Yes, I'm going back home to stay. Yes, I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to be my honey till you spent all my money. No use for you to cry. I see you by and by, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. I've got no time for talking. I've got to keep on walking. New Orleans is my home. That's the reason why I'm gone. Yes, I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans.
My heart remembers fountains where children played, gardens where dreams were made, autumn in Rome, memories like embers glow when I seem to hear Arrivederci, dear, walks beneath the pines that graced a golden sky, stopping now and then to share a lover's sigh, you and I. Let winter come, all my Decembers I'll spend just dreaming of the night we fell in love. One lovely autumn in Rome. One lovely autumn in Rome.
Hello, railroad. Is this a railroad? I want a one-way ticket down to Tennessee. I'm leaving immediately. Chattanooga, here I come. Pardon me, boy. Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Right on track 29. Boy, you can give me a shine. I can afford to board a Chattanooga choo-choo. I've got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. When you hear the whistle blow and 8 to the bar, then you know that Tennessee is not very far. Shovel all the coal in, gotta keep it rolling. Woo-woo, Chattanooga, there you are. There's gonna be a certain party at the station in satin and lace. I used to call Funny Face. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? Hey there, boy. Yes, 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 I'm a-coming back to Tennessee. Hey there, boy. Yes, 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 I want a one-way ticket on the Chattanooga choo-choo train. Hey, pardon me, boy. He's at the Chattanooga choo-choo-choo-choo. Right on track 29. My baby, I'm fine. Boy, you can give me a shine. Give me a very good shine. There's gonna be a certain party at the station, all dressed up in satin and lace. Oh, what a funny face. I used to call Funny Face. I used to call her just a funny face. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roam. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home?
That was the Andrews Sisters, Chattanooga Choo Choo from 1941. They started their career as imitators of an early successful singing group, the Boswell Sisters, who were popular in the 30s. But by the end of their career, they were no imitation. They were one of the most popular female vocal groups of the first half of the 20th century, with 75 to 100 million records sold from a little over 600 recorded tunes, 113 charted Billboard hits, 46 reaching top 10 status, more than Elvis or the Beatles, 17 Hollywood films, more than any other singing group in motion picture history, record-breaking theater and cabaret runs all across America and Europe, countless appearances on radio shows from 1935 to 1960, including their own, and guest spots on every major television show of the 50s and 60s. Before that, Peggy Lee with Autumn in Rome, a single released in 1954 on Decca Records, who she only recorded with for 4 years between 52 and 56. Otherwise, her relationship with Capitol Records spanned almost 3 decades. From her beginning as a vocalist on local radio to singing with Benny Goodman's big band, Lee created a sophisticated persona, writing music for films, acting, and recording conceptual records combining poetry and music. In 1952, Lee starred opposite Danny Thomas in The Jazz Singer, a remake of the Al Jolson film from 1927, which was the first talkie. Lee was nominated for 12 Academy Awards, winning Best Contemporary Vocal Performance for her 1969 hit, Is That All There Is? And in 1995, she was given the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Bill Haley and his comments gave us Tampico Twist from 1961, an early pioneer of rock and roll. Bill Haley has sold over 60 million records worldwide. Interestingly enough, during the 1940s, Haley was considered one of the top cowboy yodelers in America. For 6 years, Bill Haley was a music director for a radio station in Pennsylvania. He led his own band known as the Saddlemen, indicating their leaning towards the tough Western style. And in 1953, Haley's recording of Crazy Man Crazy, co-written by him and his bass player Marshall Little, became the first rock and roll song to hit the American charts. Soon after, the band changed its name to Bill Haley and his Comets. Started off our set with one of my favorite tunes, Walkin' to New Orleans, 1960 song by Bobby Charles, written for and recorded by Fats Domino. Domino was a hero of Charles and had previously recorded the Charles tune Before I Grow Too Old. When Domino stopped on tour in Lafayette, Louisiana, he invited Charles into his dressing room, and regretting he didn't have a copy of his new record to give Charles, he invited Charles to come visit him at his home in New Orleans. Charles replied, "I don't have a car. If I'd go, I'd have to walk." Afterwards, the thought remained in his mind and said he wrote the song for Domino in about 15 minutes. You're listening to WYAR 88.3 FM, the voice of the Heritage Radio Society. WYAR is only on the air thanks to contributions from listeners like you. If you'd like to keep hearing commercial-free radio, playing songs you love and introducing you to new ones, please consider supporting WYAR. You can connect with us through our website at wyar.org or through the good old postal service at P.O. Box 414, Yarmouth, Maine 04096. Your support is greatly appreciated. I'm Kent, and this is Theme Street, the show all about the word on the street. And the word on the street today, cities.
Earl, what's the name of this tune?
The Nashville Skyline Raid.
I'm as free as a bird now, as flighty as a bumblebee. I'm here today and gone tomorrow, footloose child and fancy free. I'm absolutely independent, nothing at all's gonna worry me. I believe I was born to travel. The open road's gonna bring me close. To come to know some way out people, to say the least, I dig the most. Who live and love across both borders, trip east and west from coast to coast. I'm gonna let my cradle rock now, till it just won't rock no more.
Judy, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
New York's brighter when you are near.
Every time I go away off the beaten track, I live only for the day when I know I'm back. I happen to like New York. I happen to like this town. I like the city air. I like to drink of it. The more I know New York, the more I think of it. I like the sight and the sound and even the stink of it. I happen to like New York. I like to go to Battery Park and watch those liners booming in. I often ask myself, why should it be that they should come so far from across the sea? I suppose it's because they all agree with me. They happen to like New York. Last Sunday afternoon, I took a trip to Hackensack, but after I gave Hackensack the once over, I took the next train back. I happen to like New York. I happen to love this burg. And when I have to give the world
Winter was brawling the high hills and mountains, and dark were the clouds o'er the deep rolling sea. I met the wee lass as the daylight was dawning. She was asking the road to sweet Carnlough Bay. Says I, me wee lassie, I canna well tell you, oh, how many miles around far it might be. But if you'll consent, I'll convey you a wee bit, and I'll show you the road to sweet Carnlough Bay. Just turn to the right and go down by the churchyard, cross over the river and down by the sea. We'll stop at Pat Tamil's and have a wee drop there, and I'll show you the road to sweet Carnlough Bay. Here's a health to Pat Tamil, likewise the wee lassie, and every laddie that's listening to me. And there turn your back on a bonny wee lassie when she's asking the road to sweet Carnlough Bay. As the winter was brawling the high hills and mountains, and dark were the clouds on the deep rolling sea, I met the wee lass as the daylight was dawning. She was asking the road to sweet Carnlough Bay.
That was Finbar and Eddie Fury, Carnlough Bay, from their album The Lonesome Boatman. The song comes from Northern Ireland and is well over 100 years old, with several different versions being recorded, sometimes called Sweet Carnlough Bay, and is attributed to the poet Mackay. Although, with songs that old, who really knows? Before that, had to sneak in another one for Miss Judy Garland. This one, I Happen to Like New York, was a song written by Cole Porter for the 1930 musical The New Yorkers when it was introduced by Oscar Raglan. It appears on the album The Garland Touch, released in 1962, which was Garland's last studio album released during her lifetime. The rest of Judy's releases prior to her death in 1969 came from various concerts and soundtracks, and from her 1963-64 CBS television series, The Judy Garland Show. Garland was only 47 years old at the time of her death, but still remains one of the world's greatest entertainers. Chuck Berry gave us Louis de Frisco from his 12th studio album released in 1968 called From St. Louis to Frisco. Nicknamed the father of rock and roll, Berry refined and developed rhythm and blues into the major elements that made rock and roll distinctive, writing lyrics that focused on teen life and consumerism, and developing a music style that included guitar solos and showmanship. Berry was a major influence on the development of rock music. His break came when he traveled to Chicago in May 1955 and met Muddy Waters, who suggested he contact Leonard Chess of Chess Records. With Chess, he recorded Maybelline, Berry's adaptation of the country song Ida Red, which sold over 1 million copies, reaching number 1 on Billboard magazine's Rhythm and Blues chart. And by the end of the 1950s, Berry was an established star with several hit records and film appearances and a lucrative touring career. The Foggy Mountain Boys started off our set with Nashville Skyline Rag. The Foggy Mountain Boys were founded by guitarist Lester Flatt and banjo player Earl Scruggs, and is viewed by music historians as one of the premier bluegrass groups in the history of the genre. The band was originally formed in 1948 by Flatt, who had been a member of Bill Monroe's bluegrass band. Flatt brought Scruggs with him shortly after leaving Monroe. Flatt and Scruggs and the Foggy Mountain Boys in various forms and lineups recorded and performed together until 1969 and are seen as one of the landmark bands in bluegrass music. Well, I gotta get on back to my hometown now, so I guess it's about time to go. But we'll leave you with a song from Suzy and Maggie Roach. This is off of their album Zero Church, which is of historical significance because it was originally scheduled to be released on September 11th, 2001, but was delayed about 4 months due to the 9/11 attacks. It consists primarily of songs made out of prayers the Roach sisters had heard while taking part in a Harvard University arts collaborative, but the delay gave them time to add some additional songs, like the hauntingly beautiful one we're about to hear. We really do appreciate you listening today. If you'd like to hear this show again or any of the other past shows, go to our Facebook page at WYAR Heritage Radio, or on YouTube, just search hashtag #ThemeStreetWYAR. And join us next Monday at 7 a.m. for the next episode of Theme Street. What's the word on the street gonna be? Tune in and find out right here on WYAR 88.3 FM. Until next time, I'm Kent, and the word on the street today has been cities.
Here's a song for the heroes who were braver than I could ever be. Love for their families who are grieving but not alone. New York City is crying. New York City is down on her knees. New York City is a praying together with you. Here's a song for the missing, every loved one who still can't be found. Love for their families who in sorrow are not alone. New York City is standing by you. New York City is down on her knees. New York City is a praying together with you. May our voices rise and split the sky to let the face of God shine through. Can we push the clouds of fear apart and rest our sadness on my heart? New York City is trying. New York City is down on her knees. New York City is praying together with you. Together